sets the stage for why these arguments are maybe delivered with such force and sometimes with language that's, well, less than civil, as the sources document.
It certainly does. It really underscores that for these participants, this is a high-stakes debate. Positions are held with real conviction, and the goal often isn't just clarification. It's about dismantling the other person's viewpoint.
Okay, so let's dive into what the sources highlight as the real heart of this disagreement. You said it comes down to basically two completely different ways of interpreting what it means to listen to victims.
This, according to the source notes, is really the bedrock of the whole conflict. The notes explicitly draw this really sharp contrast between how Justin interprets that phrase and how another participant, named Billy Elliot in the sources, sees it.
Really, Elliot. Okay.
And these two views, they essentially represent the two poles of the debate, as described in these source documents.
All right, let's break down Justin's interpretation first. Drawing directly from what the sources say he argued and what the notes say about his stance.
Mm-hmm.
How does he define listening to victims?
Okay, so based on the source notes and his direct quotes in the chat logs, Justin's definition is, well, it's very specific. And according to the source's analysis, pretty restrictive. He seems to equate listening to victims directly with stopping all legal action, stopping any kind of criticism, even stopping public discussion of the case.
Really, just stopping everything.
Pretty much. His focus is almost entirely exclusively on respecting Samantha Geimer's stated wishes, her desire to drop the case, to just move on with her life.
And he takes that pretty far, right? To the point where he sees any attempt to prosecute Polanski as actually being harassment aimed at Geimer herself.
Exactly. That's a key part of his argument as presented. He frames any continuation of the legal pursuit, or even just talking about it publicly, as a violation of her autonomy, as something that causes further trauma for her. The sources quote him saying things like, all I'm saying is Geimer doesn't want to be part of it at this point, and he insists, quite forcefully apparently, on the need to leave her alone. His whole argument, as it's laid out in the sources, is really narrowly focused on Geimer's current feelings, her desire to put the past behind her, avoid any more court proceedings.
How does he phrase that?
He sums it up by saying something like, she feels it's resolved on her side, so why not do something useful then rather than harass her against her wishes? And that statement, according to the source analysis, is the absolute core of how he frames the entire issue.